Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So it feels like just yesterday that I was doing the spoiler video for the fall 2025 box, and it's already time to do the spoilers for winter 2025. And I have to say, I am very excited. The spoilers look to be really good. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I think that this looks to be a very well curated box. Not everything is stuff that I would choose, but I think there's a lot of great items in there. There's a lot of items that I have used. So I am actually very excited about this, this season. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the price of the FabFitFun seasonal boxes did go up. So the seasonal, which is the you pay per season, so you don't pay up front, is now $79.99. That is a quarter, so basically it's every 3 months, more or less. And then the annual subscription is $64.99. So it did go up quite a bit. I locked in early, so I'm paid for another year, but it comes out to $259.96. So $260. You have to pay it up front. So just know that you do have to pay that up front. So a lot of people can't afford it up front. Just know that the annual, you have to pay it up front, but then also you get to choose early. Now this season, you only get to choose a week earlier, but the time frame for the seasonal subscribers is like a week longer. So I'll go over the dates and everything, but I did want to mention the prices. I do have a referral code, which if you've never been a member before, will save you some money. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not a partner with FabFitFun. I pay for this myself, but I do have a referral code. Everybody has a referral code. So, but if you want to join, you know, use my referral code. I don't even know if I get anything for it, but I also do have 5 free starter boxes. So every quarter they give me 5 free starter boxes that I don't get anything for. All you need to do is send me your name and your email. You can contact me through my website. There's a contact us form. Just give it, say, you know, and it's basically whoever wants to go first, whoever gets them, gets them. Like last quarter, I actually used all 5, which was great. You know, I love that people are using it. You do have to pay you do have to pay the shipping. Maybe it's $6.95, $7.95. And by doing that, you sign up for the seasonal subscription, but you can cancel it. So what I suggest is going in and canceling it. And then, or if you're unsure, just know when you have to cancel by before you're charged. Because I had a friend who kind of didn't realize that and was charged for a seasonal box. So, and she didn't get her money back. But just know I do like to warn that, like I'm not getting, and I don't get any referral, I don't get a bonus, I don't get nothing. So because of the, you get the starter box, I don't get any sort of like credit or anything like that. So I just like, they give them to me and I hate to see them go to waste. So just contact me for that. But the dates, let's go over the dates. So the winter 2025 schedule. So annual member customization is going to start Friday, October 24th, and it's going to end Tuesday, October 28th. So that is going to starts 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm in Eastern, which is noon. I set my alarm because that way you get to choices. Now I do go in over the course of the weekend because a lot of times they'll add throwbacks, they'll add new items, or maybe if an item I wanted was out of stock, it will pop up over the course of the weekend. It happens all the time. So if there's something that you missed, just kind of go back, but make sure you lock in your order because you can go back and change, but you'll at least have secured the things that you want when you book it. And then for seasonal subscribers, it starts Friday, October 31st. So Halloween, same timing, but it goes until Tuesday, November 11th. So they're giving you like 10 full days, I think. 10 or actually no, they're giving you 12 full days to do it, or 11 and a half days to go ahead and make your choices. So for seasonal, you have a lot of time to go in. And again, that will also give you a lot of time to go back and forth. If maybe you miss something, you can kind of go back in. So it won't ship until after like the closing date, but those are the time frames and that's it. So let's go ahead and start with customization number 1. Okay, a couple of things before we get started. They haven't released the additional choice pricing yet or the swap out. So you can swap out 2 categories or 2 customizations for a credit. So last season, there was one customization that there was really nothing I wanted. So I actually swapped it out, and then I was able to do an add-on in a different category. And I think the difference was like $1. So I ended up paying an extra $1, which was totally worth it. So I got my choices, but I just had 2 in one specific category. The swap out price is usually less than the additional choice pricing. So it really makes sense to make a selection. But there are times where I'm like, you know what, there is nothing I want or nothing I will use, so I am going to pass. But just know that that is available to you, but they haven't they haven't put it out yet. As soon as it's released, I will put it in the description box below, so you'll see that. So if you're just curious what it's going to be. And then also there are some luxe choices. They've released some already. I've heard that there's going to be more released tomorrow. So anything or any add-ons that get, throwbacks that get added on, I will put it in the description box below. So maybe you're a seasonal subscriber and I do my selection. I will add anything that was added when I did my selection. I will put it in the customization. So it'll show like throwback or whatever. So you'll just kind of see them at the bottom of each customization. Those will be add-ons. So if you're looking at the list and I didn't talk about in the video, it's because they weren't released when I recorded this. So I will say for luxe choices, I'm not the biggest fan of luxe choices. I have done them, but here's a couple things with the luxe choice. So if it is a $17 additional price, just consider that like customization one is usually like $17. And then it's a $49 add-on. So just think like that price is going to be like $56 is what you're paying because you're giving up an item to select that item. So now I think there was one where there was like a round brush, like a blowout brush that I love. And I think I paid an extra of $20 at the time. Totally worth it for me. There wasn't anything else I wanted and I needed one of those and it's fantastic. I still used it to this day and I think I've had it like 3 or 4 years. So absolutely worth it. But they have gotten like perfumes and stuff. But if it's something that you really want, last month there was a Pat McGrath palette for $49, a mothership. So, but just kind of consider that, like consider what the additional choice pricing is and then the luxe choice price. Like add those together to get a really accurate depiction of what it's costing you to make that luxe choice. Okay, so now we'll start with customization number 1. And here we have the Roundhouse Coupe glass set of 2, $40. In the Roundhouse baking dish, $60. TULA Skincare 24/7 Ultra Hydration Triple-Hydra Complex Day and Night Serum, $48. Dr. Dennis Gross DermInfusions Plump and Repair Lip Treatment 10 milliliters, $45. The Hythe Bubble Blanket in Navy or Cream, $100. Future Society Floating Forest Eau de Parfum, $98. Intentionally Blank Apres Slipper size 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, $68. The Goop Glow Microderm Instant Glow Exfoliator, $125. Or there is a luxe choice from Fenty. It is $49. It is the Fenty Bundle, Fenty Parfum Body Cream and Eau de Parfum 30 milliliter fragrance, $181 value. Okay, so personally for the fragrance, I wouldn't pay $49 if I hadn't smelled it before. I'm not gonna spend extra money if I haven't smelled it because I think that's a risk. But if you've smelled it before and you like it, then it might be worth it. The glass set is really cute, but it's just not something that would fit in my house. And actually I love green, but my husband hates green. The baking dish is adorable, especially for the holidays. I just don't bake, so that's out for me. I love TULA Skincare. I've never used that serum, but I love them, but it's fantastic. So I would think it's like, if you were looking for a good serum, could be good. The Dr. Dennis Gross DermInfusions, I've actually tried it. It's a nice treatment. I personally wouldn't waste my customization number 1 for that. If maybe it was like 2 or 3, maybe, but it's a really great, maybe if you want an add-on, it could be worth trying. It's a nice lip treatment, but if it was my sole choice and I was doing no add-ons, I would probably pass on that. The blanket is beautiful. In the cream, I wouldn't get cream because it would not last in my house. The navy is beautiful. I just have so many blankets and they're all from FabFitFun. They're all fabulous. The Unhide is amazing. I'm glad it's not the Unhide because that's always what they do, but that navy looks beautiful. So probably gonna pass, but if I didn't have enough blankets, I would probably get that. The Future Society perfume looks really nice. It's $98. It's actually only available at Nordstrom, so I did look online and it has really good ratings. So I'm considering that because maybe it could be a gift or maybe I'll keep it for myself, but it's a nice size. I believe that is 3.4 ounces. I'm not sure, but $98, so it's a really nice, it could be 1.7, but it's available at Nordstrom, so, and has really good reviews. The slippers I think are really cute, and I'm kind of leaning towards that maybe as an add-on if I get the perfume too, because I always love slippers to go get the mail, and I think those have like the rubber sole, so you can wear them in the house or you can wear them outside, so I really like those. The Goop Glow Exfoliator. I've never used it, but I have a friend that used to work for Goop, and he says it's fantastic. I called him and I said, how is that? And is it worth $125? He goes, maybe not $125, but it's a really great product. So he spoke really highly about it, and I trust him. And then again, the Luxe Choice for Fenty. I think it's great, and if you know you like that fragrance, then get it. But if you're not sure, then probably don't. So I would say I'm leaning towards the perfume or the slippers. Okay, moving on to customization number 2. We're gonna start with the Perricone MD Essential FX Glutathione Eyelid Lift Serum, $125. The Polished Jar Lorelei Marble Tray, $38. Jules K Mia Bag, $128. Voluspa Noble Fur 6.5 ounces Classic Candle, $30. Honeydew Intimates PJ Top Bottom Set in sizes small, medium, medium large, 1X, 2X, and 2X, 3X, $59. Let Me Grow Capsules, $50. Ririku Ceramic Bowl Set of 3, $42. And the Skin Fix AHA BHA Niacinamide Exfoliating Pads, $50. Okay, again, a lot of great choices. So first up, we have the eyelid serum. So is this worth $125? No. I got this with a bundle on Perricone MD with an eye cream. It's actually good. Now I'm 40, I'm actually almost out, and I actually bought 2. You can't really see, that's where I'm at. I use this probably every day or every other day, and you don't need a lot. I've had this one for a while, so you can see here, that's pretty much all you need. And I mean, probably a little bit more than that. So you probably need that, and then you just kind of take it, and I put it on my eyelids, and then anything left over I will kind of bring down, around the rest of the eye. But it's for the eyelids. There's not a lot of serums for the eyelids, so I like it. Have I seen a big difference in my eyelids? No, but I'm starting to see some improvement. So I've had this one for a while, and like I said, they had a sale, and I did buy 2 sets. So I like it. If you are someone who are concerned about your eyelids, it happens as we get older, I do think that is a really good product. Not a lot of eyelid serums out there. The Polished Jar, the marble tray, I think is beautiful. I have something similar already in my bathroom, so I wouldn't get that, but I think those are great, especially in the bathroom. The bag is not for me. It's very cute, but it's just not something that I would wear. I'm not a big purse person anyway, but it's cute. But the purses, I actually got a purse last season and I really liked it. Everybody else hated it. I think people thought I was lying that I said I liked it. But purses are very subjective, and when you get them, it's kind of hard to see and feel, how it feels. Does it feel cheaper, etc.? So that's the risk you take with getting a purse or getting a bag, unless you're familiar with the brand. The candle, normally I would say skip a candle, because I had one candle that I did get through FabFitFun, which it didn't smell like anything, and I've never gotten a candle since. However, Voluspa is fantastic, and I love their candles. I love that it looks so wintry, Christmas. I think it's beautiful. So it's like the least valuable product in customization too, but to me, I think it's fantastic. Pajamas are adorable. I heard they're stretchy, so kind of considering those. I think they're really, really cute. The Let Me Grow capsules, hair capsules, it's for your hair. That's great, but you're really not gonna get, unless you can get, I would say if you're gonna get that, buy at least 2 more. Do like an add-on if you can buy 1 or 2 more, because you're really not gonna see a difference for 3 months. With any type of those products, you need to be taking it for 3 months. So if you think you're going to see a big difference in a month, you're probably not. So that's my 2 cents. The ceramic bowls I think are super cute. I'm not gonna get them because I have nowhere to put them, but I think they're really cute. And then the Skin Fix exfoliating pads are fantastic. And then the Skin Fix exfoliating pads I think are great. I've never used those. I've used other brands, but I think Skin Fix is a fantastic brand. So I would believe that those are probably really good. Full disclosure, haven't used them before, but everything I've tried of Skin Fix I think is great. And I have used similar pads and I think they're definitely worth it. So what am I getting? I am leaning towards the candle, which again is the least expensive thing, or the pajamas. Kind of between, I'm really not sure which one of those I'm gonna get, but that's probably, unless there's a good add-on or, you know, a good throwback, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Okay, moving on to customization. And number 3, we're gonna start with the One Size Ultimate Blurring Setting Powder Full Size in either Ultra Pink or Ultra Peach, $36. The Kayla Gray Sandstone Set in Cozy, $48. Skylar Vanilla Sky Eau de Parfum Rollerball, 10 milliliter, $30. Swell 18-ounce tumbler in Coastal Blue, $30. Favorite Daughter Beanie with Patch, $68. The Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Treatment Spray, $28. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Moisturizer and Primer, $69. The Polished Jar Aegean Marble Coaster Set of 4, $36. And then the Luxe Choice of $30 is the Foreo UFO Mini in Pearl Pink, plus a box of 7 Call It a Night Sheet Mask, $150. Okay, this one I think is stacked. So first up, we're gonna start with the powder. So I have a little trial size that I got at Sephora, and we're gonna use this that I have from one of the other choices, but I think this is a really great pink powder. I will say, be honest, full disclosure, I do prefer the Huda better. I do think the Huda is a better, because I just think it's a little bit more microfine, but I think, and especially if you haven't bought the Huda, or for whatever reason you don't want to, then this one is great. So I will travel with this one. And because I have so many and I do receive products in PR, I've never had to buy the full size. I actually have 2 of these. So this is one that I travel with, but I do really like it. And if you're looking for a pink powder, or even the peach powder, the peach, I have the darker peach of the Huda, and I will sometimes use it kind of not as a bronzer, but kind of to warm up the face. If I have a foundation that's a little too fair, then sometimes I will do that. But the pink is great for under the eyes for fair, light to medium skin tones, and then darker, the peach. If you hear screaming, that's my son, I'm sorry. The Sandstones, I don't know that, but that looks really up my alley. You know, I love to have those scents, those natural. I got like a bamboo like stone one time in the box and I loved it. I actually repurchased it the next season. It was available as an add-on. I love those. So that's something I'm thinking about. The Skylar perfume, great perfume. I'm not a big vanilla person, but I actually did like that perfume. I have an old video on my original channel, Shannon Ford, of reviewing those, and I'll put that up here if I can find it. Really nice. I just used it up. I am not a big fan of rollerballs, so that's the only thing. I like travel size that are actually a spray, so that's the only thing that I don't like. If you don't mind rollerballs, then that's fine. It worked great, I just don't like them. So, but I had a full size and a rollerball, and it's a great perfume. I love Skylar. It's like one of those like clean fragrances. The Swell tumbler is adorable. I have a tumbler from a past box that I don't need another one, but I think that's a great buy. The beanie, I have a beanie from I think last season, or the last winter box, which was a black one, which I use all the time. So I probably will pass on the white just because I use the black one quite a bit, and I live in Florida. But that looks really cute. The Color Wow Dream Coat, fantastic. Fantastic. I will probably either choose that or get it as an add-on. Fantastic. It's amazing. Highly recommend. I have a bunch of the trial sizes. There's a travel sizes that I got. The Ulta sale, fantastic. The Bobbi Brown Face Base Moisturizer. That is good if you have dry skin, or if you're using a heavy matte, drying like a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush the foundation, or the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Something that's kind of on the drier side or matte side, that's really great. If you have oily skin, don't get that. It's a really great moisturizer and primer for the right skin type, but then also for the right foundation. Like, don't use that with a glowy foundation. It's just gonna like make it just fall off your face. So great product, but it's also probably better for more mature skin. Let's see. The marble coaster set, super nice. I like them when they match more. I wouldn't have mind like 2 and 2. You know, I think that's just a personal preference, but I think they're really nice, not for me. And then I don't know anything. I have a couple Foreo products, but I don't have that one. $30 for a Luxe Choice isn't so bad, and that's a really, I think that one may be one that I think might be worth it if you've been looking for a tool like that. $30 isn't as bad like as $49, and that's probably a really good buy. So that's a pass for me. So I am looking at the Scentstones and the Color Wow. So definitely getting the Color Wow Scentstones. You know, it just depends on if I get an add-on or not, but that's probably what I'm picking. Okay, so customization number 4, we're gonna start with the Great Plate, $40. NARS Powder Blush in Forbidden, Deep Throat, Torrid, or Infatuated, $36. Honeydew Intimate Undies 3-pack in either small, medium, medium large, 1X, 2X, or 2X, 3X, $36. Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze Plumping Gloss in either Guava or Macaroon, $26. Spectrum Collections Very Cherry 6-piece sponge and puff set, $45. The Etika Dripping Crystals Drop Necklace in gold or silver, $65. Or the Rent the Runway digital offer, $40 off your first 2 months of a 10-item plan subscription plan. So, okay. So I used to be a member of Rent the Runway. I started using Rent the Runway years ago. I remember using it. I just celebrated my 15th wedding anniversary. I used it for my bridal shower, and I was using it before then. So I was using it, but that was when you did like, it wasn't like a subscription. I don't know what the subscription is now. It is fantastic. I remember when I used to like go to, like, all my friends were getting married and I was going to weddings all the time. It was fantastic. So now I don't go anywhere. You know, now I go to Disney or I go to Universal or, you know, other places. So I'm not needing anything for Rent the Runway. But if you are in that time of your life and you go to a lot of events, it's fantastic. Just, you really need to know your size and also know like designer sizes, size up. And then they'll usually send you 2 sizes, but you know, certain like brands, I know like Black Halo, even when I was a 4, I would always order a 6 because I knew that they ran small. That was one of my favorite brands, but really fantastic. Pass for me, but it's really fantastic. $40 off, not that big of a deal, but if you want to try it out, it's really great. The Great Plate, I don't cook, so I'm not going to be, that's like for garlic and stuff. I won't be using it, but it looks cute. NARS blush, fantastic. Those are really 4 great shades. Forbidden is kind of light, 4 great shades, so really great blush. You know, I think that's fantastic. The Honeydew Intimates, they look super cute. I don't wear panties like that since I had my son. That's all I'm gonna say. But they look really cute. So, but for me, it's a pass. The Haus Labs Lip Glaze Plumping Gloss, again, looks nice, but it's a pass for me. The Spectrum Collections Very Cherry. So this is what I was using earlier. This is Spectrum. So I have a bunch of their brushes. They're, you know, this isn't a sponge, but I have their sponges. So I've used a lot of their products. So I think that's a really cute set. And if you are in the market for that and you need it, then get it. If you don't need it, then I would say pass, but it is pretty good. The Etika Dripping Crystals the necklace is really cute. $65, probably not worth $65. The last box, there was a necklace that I got and it was a disappointment. It was a real disappointment. I'm using it for, you know, one of my son's friends for her birthdays, but you know, so I'm kind of nervous about that one. But it's a really pretty necklace. And then we talked about that. So this is the one I'm kind of unsure. I hope there's probably a throwback, but if not, I will probably get the necklace because it's something that I would probably use as a gift. I don't need any more blushes or anything, but probably would lean towards the necklace. But this one is one I'm hoping for a throwback. Okay, moving on, customization number 5. We're gonna start with the Briogeo Style and Treat Biotin Dry Shampoo Puff in Translucent, $28. Siblings Candles Gold Bell Snuffer, $24. Unhide Softy Sock 2-pack $38. Studio O note cards with wax seals, $16. Patchology on the fly travel kit, $22. Spongel buffer in surprise scent, $20. By Rosie Jane Wake body oil and bath oil, $25. By Rosie Jane Calm body and bath oil, $25. Digital offer, a pup box, first free pup box with any new multi-month subscription plan, $29. And the luxe choice for this is going to be an extra $15, the Patrick Ta Major Volume Plumping Gloss Duo in For the Girls and Unavailable, or Headliner and Main Stage, $39. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that one is worth it because you're paying an extra $15 and you're probably giving up that one. That's usually like the smallest one, so maybe $11 or $12. So you're really only saving like $10. Now, if you really wanted them, I think maybe it's worth it. I don't have those shades. I only have this one. This is CC's, but I'm gonna put it on. I have like a matte lipstick on. It's a really great gloss. I don't want to say like it's not a great gloss, but it's just not. Unless those like those are the two shades you wanted. So, but I'm gonna put it on so you can kind of see. Again, it's a really great gloss. It's a plumping one, but it's not like burning. But it's a good one. Got a scent to it. I can't really name the scent, but it's nice. But I think that's not a good luxe choice because like you're almost paying full price at the end of the day. Okay, so now the Briogeo Style and Treat Dry Shampoo Puff. I got that. I actually loved it at first. However, as you get to use it, remember you're putting it on your skin. So I'm just going to use like this puff here. So as you're putting it on, well, you're actually also getting the oils. So your hair is dirty, right? So you're putting the oils and the dirty hair like on the sponge. So about halfway through, it starts like you would just start kind of putting the oil back in your hair because it's still on the sponge. So I ended up using it. I loved it at first. I did buy a second one. I received one in PR and then I bought a second one because I really loved it. Now I just use it for travel, or I have it in my bag. So I think that's where it's good. Like I won't use it instead like every day. It's something that I have in my bag, or I need like a little bit of, kind of dry shampoo and like this, like if I'm doing like right now my hair is dirty. But that's when I would use it. I wouldn't use it all the time because again, the sponge you're putting the dirt, because as you're putting the powder, that's the only thing I kind of, it's nice thought, but it kind of not really practical. The candle snuffer, I don't really understand those. I understand they look pretty and stuff. I don't really understand. I'm sure there's a reason for them, but I just blow candles out. So it's pretty though. The socks look great. They look super comfy. I'm one that always feet are cold. I love the unhide, so that is something I'm definitely thinking of. The note cards, who am I kidding? I'm never gonna write a note. Always really great thought, but I'm never gonna do it. The Patchology on the Fly kit. I actually just got sent this from Patchology, so really, really cute. So really cute little set. It comes with a hydrate sheet mask, rejuvenating eye gels, hydrating lip gel, and then restoring night gel. So you get 2 sets of night gels, a hydrate sheet mask, and a lip gel. So really cute little packet. Open. So this is like great for a gift or if you're going to be traveling. So I think it's just adorable. So really cute. This is something I might pick up another one because I think I'll be using it myself, but really great to travel with. So I do think, and I love Patchology. Okay, where were we? The By Rosie Jane, the Wake and the Calm. So you have you do one at night. I looked at those. The reviews looked really good. So it's a bath oil that you can put in your bath, or you can use it as a body oil. So I think that looks really, really nice. I love body oils, and I love the fact of putting one that's going to calm, that you do it before night, and then or one that I'm going to put on to kind of wake me up in the morning. So I do like those. The pup box, I've had those before. My dog doesn't play with toys. I have a French bulldog that's a rescue. She doesn't like toys, so that would be a pass for me. But if you have a dog that likes toys and likes treats and stuff, and then we already talked about the luxe choice of the lip gloss. So this one I think is pretty stacked. This one usually has the smallest add-on price. I'm thinking like $11 or $12. So I'm thinking the socks for sure. I might get another one of these. and then the 2 body oils I'm kind of thinking as well. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll skip customization number 4 and I'll do like what I did last time, where I'll do the category swap and get a credit to kind of offset. We'll see. But yeah, to me category 5 is stacked. Okay, so as I was moving on to category 6, I realized 2 things. One, I didn't talk about the Spongel Buffer in Surprise Scent. I love those. Those are great for travel. Like if we went on a cruise, I don't like using the soap or whatever they have, but those are great because the soap's in it. So scent doesn't really matter to me, but I love those. And like that way I have it for the entire week. I use it. So I buy those a lot when they have them add-on. So I really like that. I already have a couple that I have for like travel, so I don't need any more, but I think those are great. So especially for a trip, again, they're really great. And then they did add, I just noticed that they did add a EV Beauty ashwagandha supplement, $30. So this is like a supplement to help like calm and reclaim your energy. So it's an ashwagandha mushroom blend capsule. So I don't know anything about this. So ashwagandha and the supplements are really great. I won't be getting that for me just because I take other things and I don't know how they'll mix and they probably would be overlapping, but that's probably something to look into. Again, category 5 is pretty stacked, but it's also the one that is like the least cost as far as add-ons. Okay, and now we're moving on to customization. And number 6, we have the AG Care Conditioning Mist Detangling Spray, $28. Wander Beauty Lip Setter Dual Lipstick and Liner in Bohemian Blush, $32. Kate Spade New York Party Table Puzzle, $25. Jewels by Sanana Narnia Studs Gold or Silver, $60. Pericone MD Rinse Intensive Pore Minimizing Toner, $49. Pure Over Espresso Cup Set, $40. The Yummy Mona Shaping Short in sizes small, medium, medium large, large extra large, 1X, 2X, or 2X, 3X, $20. The Fry Belt in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, or 1X, 2X, $58. Or a digital offer of House of Spoils, $100 off any purchase of at least $165. Okay, sorry for the screaming. My son is playing his VR, and as much as I tell him to not yell, he's yelling. Okay, AG Care, I've never tried that, but I have tried other products and I think it's great. It's one of those like natural hair care brands. I usually don't use a detangling spray, so I don't need it. That's a pass for me, but I do really like the brand. I just don't know about that particular product. Wander Beauty, the same thing. Like the product, like their brand, but I've never tried that. But I do like that, like the lipstick kind of, it's like a crayon and then you have the lip liner on the same side. Like that's really great to have in your purse. And I think the color is very universal. The table puzzle, I think my mother-in-law loves puzzles, and I think it's like a Christmas one. So that seems like something that would be a good Christmas gift. I don't do puzzles. I love puzzles, but they end up being like, I'll miss a piece, or with a 9-year-old, they end up everywhere. So that's a pass for me, but maybe it's a gift. The earrings, I don't like studs like that because I like these where I can wear them. I don't think about them. They don't catch on anything, whatever. Those like tend to hang and they end up bothering me. I think they're really pretty, but not for me. Pericone MD, the Minicising Toner, I don't use that, so I can't really speak to if it's good or not. The espresso cup, again, I drink good Americano coffee. I don't really drink espresso, so they look really cute. So if you have an espresso machine, I got an espresso machine and I actually gave it to my brother. So he has it. So, maybe I'll get it for him for Christmas. Shaping shorts. Kind of what I'm leaning towards, I'll be honest. Who cannot, we can all use some shaping, well, maybe some of you don't need to, but I know I could just always use some shaping shorts. So I would not, that might be on my list. The belt, I'll be honest, most of my clothes are elastic, so I don't need that. And then the digital offer, I don't have any wall space left, so that would be a pass for me. But if you have like a house to decorate, that might be worth it. But I kind of leaning towards the shaping shorts. Okay, so there you have it. That is all 6 customization spoilers. As again, there'll probably be some more tomorrow. I will put it in the description box, any add-ons, and then anything that's added. You know, I do check. So if you have a seasonal box, I will add, you know, it could be different. It could be the same. I don't know. Sometimes they change, and sometimes seasonal subscribers get like throwbacks that we didn't get. So can change quite a bit, but I personally think this is a really great box. You've got some home stuff, you've got some good beauty products, like some really good beauty products, and just like a really good variety. So I think it's a really great box, like some really great winter items, some Christmas items. I think it's great. So I'm actually really excited. Obviously the price has increased, so I think they needed to up their game a little bit. And I will say with this box, except for customization number 4, which again, there's a NARS blush. So that's just because I have way too many blushes, so I am going to pass on that. But if you need a blush, like that could be a really great category. But for me, it's a pass. So I think it's a really great overall box for winter. So let me know what you think in the description box below. I'm sure some of you think that it sucks, and I'm sure some of you probably think that it's just okay, and maybe you agree with me. Let me know in the description box below. I'm always eager to hear what other people's opinions are, and then also I will be doing an unboxing and letting you know what I did choose once I get my box. So that video usually doesn't do as well, but I do kind of come back and show you what I got and everything. So, you know, let me know what you think, but let me know what you think and if you're going to be choosing the same things I am. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.